Hey, my name is Meg. Welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be diving into a brand that is new to me and I have been dying to try them for so long, and that is Shellie Makeup. So if you want to see what I got and see me do a look with it, then keep on watching. Alright, so before we dive into what I got, if you're not familiar with them, Shellie Makeup is a Chinese-based brand that's been around since 2021. They are cruelty-free and vegan. It was hard to find out too much more information. I was looking on their website and it was really hard to see an exact about us, kind of about the brand situation. They did just kind of talk a bit about how they're cruelty free, and then also more information on animal testing requirements and all of that in China, so to just get more information on that. They are an indie brand. They have amazing assortment of products. I've always been mostly interested in their eyeshadows, which, spoiler alert, that's what I picked up today, was an eyeshadow palette. And based on how I feel about this, I don't know, I might have to order some more. I was going to order a few and then I restrained myself and narrowed it down to one. One neat thing they have with a lot of them, I think some of their older shadows, palettes, they've phased out the smaller size, but they have a small mini size option, and then they have a full size option. So it's really great if you just don't think that you're gonna need a full size eyeshadow palette, which really for me, with the amount of shadows that I have, I don't really need that. It's just nice to get a little taste of it and have something to play with, and I'm still gonna get the color story and the aesthetic, but then I don't have to worry about just spending a ton of money on a palette that maybe I'm not going to use as much as I hope to. At least with the palette I got, which we're going to open up in a second, both the full size and the mini size say that they are magnetic, which is really great. I know for me, I'm hoping to start more of a custom palette building journey, so I'm really excited to be able to have that option to include these shadows in that. So without further ado, let's dig into what I got. So first off, this is the way that they packaged it, and just the thought and care that go into that is just so wonderful. I'm almost sad to open it up, but I want to get to the palette inside. So I kept going back and forth with this about whether or not I was going to get the full size or the mini, and I ended up going with the mini version just because I just didn't want to spend as much money, and I just knew that it would be just as awesome to get the mini and just get to try them out and see how I feel about the brand. So I got the Mist Witch palette. I have just been eyeing this down ever since they released it. It's just so gorgeous. Even the packaging alone, just can we give that a silent round of applause? How stunning is it? And that is just the outer unicarton, but then the palette itself has the same art on it, which I'm just so infatuated with. It even came with, let me grab it, this set of, I don't know if I think they're stickers. If they are, my kids are gonna go absolutely crazy about these, but they're so cute. Just such a thoughtful little additive thing to throw in there. I really love that. And then before I actually get into the palette, I know we're dying to open it up, they also had a thing going on where they include a free concealer with purchase. I think there's a free gift code or something that you throw on there. I don't know if I actually had to use that code at the time, and I do recall, I think that they either had almost no options, this was the only one they had, or what. I'm guessing that would have been the reason as to why I got this shade, but this is the shade Warm, which I'm a very pale person, so I'm sure you can already tell that probably was not the color for me for a concealer. So I did actually already open this up and use it because I was like, oh, I'm doing my base, let's try it out. And I decided with the shade of it, let's try using it as sort of a cream bronzer situation. It worked really well as that. I think my only lesson learned, and I don't know how it's coming across on camera right now, in person it definitely looks a little tan, will be lack there of a better word, but if I'm looking a little orangier or anything like that. I don't think it's the fault of like the product. I just think not knowing how much it was going to spread out and blend out, I went a little ham with it. So I think that would be my only thing, is if you're using it in that way, or even if you're using it as concealer and you just don't want it to go like everywhere, use a little. You can always add more. So, but I'm really excited to try this out more. I really loved how it blended out. It was just so smooth and amazing, and it was just a perfect shade for it. I just used a little too much, so it ended up like all over my face. And then they also threw this in, which wasn't something I knew I was going to be getting, and it says eyeshadow primer. So I think it is, let's try to open this up. Looks just kind of like a liquidy eyeshadow primer. I don't normally really like primers like this, so I'll probably give it a shot at some point. I already have my Trusted and True P. Louise on, but oh, that's interesting. It's eyeshadow primer, but then it's just like this little kind of almost like lash glue kind of brush. Doesn't really have a smell at all, but at some point maybe we'll give that a shot, but not today with this look, but just a cute little tidbit that they threw that in. All right, so there's the inside. We have like a little foam thing to cover the mirror, and there is a sticker over the mirror. It's cute that it has a little mirror in it. I'm sort of indifferent to mirrors and palettes. I don't use the mirror in the palette pretty much ever, so it doesn't really matter to me. It's got like the little kind of cover that went over the shadows, and it says Shellie Makeup. It's a cute little touch. Again, like I like having it in there for the packaging and being sent to me, so I know they're extra protected, but I generally throw them out almost immediately. And then we have the shadows. So I'm just going to kind of like hold my finger up beside it just to show a reference. So they definitely like are small, but I think they're big enough that you can still fit a brush in there, no problem. I really love this color story. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty, just as cute in person. When I saw it, it just like looked such an interesting curated color story. Again, this is the mini. Just for some information, it is the called the travel size. It's retailed for $25 USD on their site, and then if you want the full size, that's $49 USD. And then I think they have like free shipping over a certain amount. I think it said like over $50. Yeah, over $50. I'm guessing $50 USD. They have that. And then I think I used this code when I bought it too. They have 10% off using code WELCOME10. You could also use Spooky Mama Glam to also save 10% off your order if you want to just help support my channel. It is an affiliated code, so I would make a small commission off that. It is not something though where like I don't get sent anything from the brand. I just was lucky to be able to sign up to get a code with them, but I bought this with my own money, so this was not sent to me. I wish. But let's get into playing with these shadows and creating a look. All right, so let's first go in with, I think I'm going to go in with this shade here. It looks sort of like a black or charcoal. I'm going to use that and like put a little bit of that on the outer corner just to start off with a bit of depth. I think like this kind of looks like a satiny sort of shade. I don't think it's like a full-on shimmer like or metallic, but sometimes shades like that still work great in a matte sort of format, but I think it'll be great just to add a little bit of depth. And I'm going in with this Melt Cosmetics flat packer brush. Without my glasses on, I have a heck of a time trying to read on the black handle of these, so we'll just leave it at that. All right, I don't know where that cut me off. My camera battery up and shut off on me. How rude. But I am still just applying some of the black. Really nice like pigmentation right off the bat. Super impressed with that. All right, I don't want to bring that up too high just because I don't know how everything else is going to blend out, so I just want to be a little careful with that. I think next we're going to go in with this beautiful deep purple here, And I'm taking that on this Spectrum B07. I really need to get like more Spectrum brushes. I've only tried out, I have like got this set from my local Winners one time, and I've been really impressed with the ones I've tried. So, and there weren't many in it, so I'm happy. I'd be excited to try it again. All right, we're gonna go on like the outside. I was trying to be like really timid with tapping this in because I didn't want it to go crazy. And like this is a pretty decent size blending brush, and it's fitting into like these pans just fine. So just letting you know. Coming across a lot darker than I expected it to, which is totally fine. I don't know if it's just like the way it's blending with the black, and the black is kind of blackening it. That's fine. Again, because I haven't swatched it yet, I don't really have a feel for the shades that well yet. All right, something like that. And then grabbing, sure, this will work. It's the Morphe JH32. I'm gonna grab the, I believe it's the lightest matte in here, and it is a gorgeous like light kind of lilac, lavender kind of shade. Picking that up. We're just gonna start blending the outermost, like on top of everything, and then also like the most inward. Ooh, that's pretty. I like that a lot. I'm really happy to like have bangs again. The only thing I'm running into is like when I'm doing makeup or something, I'm like, get out of the way. So just thought I'd share that little tidbit with you. Blending out really beautifully. Everything seems to work together really nicely. I'll definitely have to do another look soon with this, maybe doing something a bit more adventurous. But when I don't know an eyeshadow formula, I really like to just lay some colors down in a safe way. All right, we're gonna go back in with that previous brush and that previous shade. I'm just gonna put some more of that down just because I feel like I did blend it away a little bit. Pretty. And then actually, without adding any more product, but I'm going to pick up that first brush and just see if we can use what's still on the brush to help re-intensify and add more depth in. And back in with that deep purple. All right, I like how that is looking. I'm going to, if I can find it, oh, there it is. I'm gonna lay down some NYX glitter glue for the shimmer. I just like, I use this for everything, so to me it's like pointless to even try to use it without, because that's not how I would use the shadows. So I'm sure there's lots of people who have tried this out and don't maybe use a glitter glue or anything like that. But I like using it, so I'm going to. All right, I'm picking a bit of that up on my brush. This is the the Sombra Plana 24. Probably butchered that. It's from Melt Cosmetics, but it's from their Amore Mariposa collection, which is no longer available, so you can't get the same brush, but I believe I've said it many a time now that I do recommend just checking out the Melt brushes in general. They're pretty awesome. All right, so as I've said, I haven't swatched these yet, so I'm going to quickly swatch the shimmers just so I can kind of figure out what I want to do. I think I need to go, I think I'm going to go in first with this one here and then top it and put in the inner corner a bit more this gorgeous shade here. So we're going to dip directly in with the brush that we used to apply the glitter glue. We're just going to start laying this shade all over the eye. Oh, gorgeous. Really pretty. Really blending into everything nicely. I will say, like, the shimmers do seem to have like a bit more, at least so far from what I'm seeing. Maybe when I swatch it, it'll be a bit better. Maybe I just wasn't aggressive enough with these swatches. They do have like a bit more of like a sheer sort of tendency to them, so keep that in mind when you're putting it on. Like, maybe putting some kind of a base wouldn't be terrible. I flipped the brush over and just dipped into that lighter shade. We're going to take that. Ooh, she pretty. Take that and put that on the inner corner. Yes, just like that. All right, and then I think I'm just going to take this eyeliner. This is my beloved Black Onyx from Melt Cosmetics in the, I can't remember the name of these pencils. It's like the gel pencils. And I'm going to place that on my lower lash line, into the lash line a bit, and then while we're here, tight line with it the best I can without poking my eye out, hopefully. Oh my gosh, I desperately need to clean my freaking brushes because I don't have any of the flat definer ones I want, so that's fine. We'll just take this small angled brush from Essence. It's supposed to be like a, this is eyeliner brush. I used to use it for my brows, but right now my routine, I don't use a brush. And we're just gonna start pulling that black shade along the lower lash line, just as close to it as we can. I'm going to drag it up here a bit. I think we're going to go back in a little bit with that first brush and the black and just re-intensify that. And like meld it into that shimmer that we laid down. I'm really liking these so far. One thing I will say about them, and to like be prepared about before buying, is that I don't think they pack as much, the shadows don't pack as much of a punch as other indie brands and like just brands in general that I've tried. Like, they're really pretty, but I do think it's like soft. It's beautiful color story, but it's soft pigmentation. So that's just my 2 cents, but take it for what you want. All right, yeah, I'm gonna use this ColourPop. Doesn't have a name, but it's just like a kind of fluffy shader brush, and dip into that. I keep blowing on it. There's a lot of like just like kick up and stuff, which I don't care about, but just so you know, and dip back into that lightest shade. And we're gonna use this to just try to gently buff out that black. I went in with this instead of the deeper purple just because I wanted to make sure that it didn't get too dark. I think I am, maybe not with this one, I'll do it with another flat brush. This is a Wet n Wild. I got it from like Dollar Tree, no idea what kind of style or number it is, but same sort of thing. And we're going to dip into that deep purple that we used earlier, and I'm just going to also put a little bit of that just on the very outer part of my lower lash, just to make sure that the outside corner is staying fairly smoky. I'm really liking this. This is super cute. Like, again, like my comment about them being like just like, you know, soft and like whatever, it doesn't mean like they're bad shadows. I'm not going to be wearing this for too long, so I'm not going to be able to like comment, at least right now, on the longevity of the shadows. You know, I have learned from some experience that some shadows do, when you wear them, wear off. You know, Pat McGrath. Anyways, I still love my Pat McGrath, but I, with one of those bigger kind of palettes that she did, like not the motherships, but like the bigger ones, like I had like my shadow, I had gone out and like after a few hours, like the shadow was just actually gone. So I can't speak as to whether or not these will do that, but hopefully not. And yeah, that's just, I'm rambling now. That is, I think, the look. I'm going to go repeat this on the other eye and just like really finish the look by adding some lashes in that. I don't think we're going to go gems or anything right now. You know, I don't know. I guess you never know. But that's where we're going to leave this for now. And yeah, I'll be right back to show you everything all complete. So see you in a sec. Alright, there it is, the finished look. I really love how this turned out. Just kind of like grungy colorful, which I am always down for that. I really had fun playing with the Mist Witch palette. It's just really fun color story, and I just am really loving this travel size. Like, I was a little worried that I was going to be upset that I hadn't gotten the full size, but I'm really happy I got this, and I hope they continue to do this with all their future palettes, which I think since this one, they've had 1 or 2 releases, like newer releases come out. But this was the palette that drew me in the most, so I knew trying the brand for the first time, I really had to try this out. Yeah, the shadows seem to perform well. Again, I'm not really going to know like longevity for it, but I had fun playing with them, and I'm excited to play with this again. Finishing off the look, I went in with the Ioni lashes in Foxy Half Dramatic Half Lash, however it's worded. And then for my lips, I went in with a combo from Melt Cosmetics. It's the Perfectionist Lip Pencil in Caffeine. It's one of like my go-tos, if you can't tell by how short it is getting. And then from Give, I went in with the Tragic Me lipstick, and this is just a beautiful nude. Love it. I really like this lipstick formula, and I think I have like 2 or 3 shades, and I definitely need to pick up some more because it's a great formula. Yeah, that is the look. I guess if you want to know like other details, like stuff I had on, before doing the look, I had already gone in with my Lunar Beauty Moon Prism blush palette. I got this in a BoxyCharm, which I have a code for them. I'll have it in the description box below if you're interested to try it out. But I really love this. This is like one of the most amazing things I've ever gotten, and I adore that, so I use it every chance I get. Oh, and then I even actually went in, I've been loving these lately. I went in with the shade Cheer, and this is the, I'm trying to remember the wording for this. They're like the luminous blushes from Rare Beauty, and I just absolutely love this. I have a couple of shades, and these are just great like blush topper kind of things. So if you, I'm not as much into highlight nowadays, so if you're looking for something just to kind of add some glow, but you don't want to like, you know, be beaming or anything like that, those are really great, and I highly recommend trying them out. Make sure my bangs are not parted. Anyways, that's about it for that. Oh, and if you're interested in my spooky kind of spider accessories, I got these earrings a while ago now, but from Shein, so you can always look them up on there. They're just some cute spider golden like dangly hoops. And then I don't know if you could see it in the up close or you can see it now, but I've got like just, it's a fake nose ring. I have had my nose pierced in the past, but I've been lazy about getting it re-pierced. But yeah, it's just a cute little fun way to add a little accessory. I love it. But that's the video. I hope you enjoyed watching me create this look and just try out a new brand. If you've been curious about Shellie Makeup and have just you know, been wanting to see more content to decide whether or not they're a brand that you want to try, I hope this helped. Whether you decide that you want to try them out, or if, you know, maybe you're like, yeah, that's not for me. Again, I'm going to have everything in the description box, but I do have my code SpookyMamaGlam if you want to save 10% with the brand. Again, affiliated, and that's about it. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, comment down below, subscribe. I'd love to have you stick around for more content. And yeah, if you're also not following me on my other socials, I'm SpookyMamaGlam on Instagram and TikTok. And if you want to see more content in between videos, I highly recommend checking me out on those platforms as well. So we're going to try to cut the rambling down, and I'll just say catch you in the next one. Bye!